Absolutely. Well, for Wolves, Jolien, in the bottom three, we'll come back to that in just a moment, because I'm hearing that we can hear from the man who got the winner today. Marcus Rashford is with Des.
Thanks, Lindsay. Marcus, you're in a bit of minor trouble with the boss, should we say? But have you made amends now?
Yeah, obviously it's the team rules, and I think it's a mistake that can happen, but I'm obviously disappointed not to play, but I understand the decision, and ultimately I'm obviously happy that we managed to win the game anyway. So yeah, I think we can draw a line under it and move on.
What did you get in trouble for?
I was a little bit late for a meeting.
Okay.
But yeah, I slept in, overslept, so it can happen.
It can happen, certainly when you're on a hot streak. You've been using a lot of energy. What's that, your 11th of the season already? It's more than double last season, so you're in fine form right now. Yeah,
I think I'm in a good place, and I'm just pleased with the way that we're progressing, really. I think in the past we can easily lose that game, or definitely draw it. Even with scoring one goal, I think they put a lot of pressure on us, and we stood up to it and defended well. And David had to make one massive save at the end, and a good save from a free kick as well. So it's a difficult game, and we've always found it difficult to come out and win. But like I said, we managed to do that today.
There seems a good unity in this squad at the moment since you come back from the World Cup.
Yeah, I've mentioned before, it's difficult to come back because emotion-wise everyone's at different levels, different stages. But yeah, it's been important for us to just stick together and help each other through what's a difficult moment for the lads that didn't win the World Cup basically. And yeah, it's obviously a moment where we need each other a lot.
And that's a difficult scrap you've had out there today, and very important that you are scrapping and in the top four, because it's going to be a scramble this season, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be tough like any other season. We're gonna push ourselves and try and get as high up the table as possible. But yeah, like you said, a lot of teams are doing well this year, and they're being very consistent as well. So we're going to have to be on top of our game to keep up with them and try and go one step further and get in front of teams.
Well, you started in bad books, but you're playing a match and a win. It's not bad, is it? Good turnaround. Cheers.
A very good turnaround. He overslept for a meeting, which I guess can happen, especially at Christmas
Never
time.
happened in our careers, did it, guys?
Never.
Good of him to come out and front that up, though, do you think?
Yeah, I'm pleased to see that. I think sometimes we criticise a lot of players and clubs for not allowing them players to come out and speak and express themselves. It's great to see someone like Marcus coming out and just putting it straight and saying, listen, guys, this is what happened. I've been punished. I've taken my medicine, but I'm still here, and I'm still in tune with the team. It's not creating uproar behind the scenes, and we move on. And the 3 points and the goal would have definitely pushed him to come out in front of the cameras and made that a little bit easier.
Absolutely. And as we're nearing the end of 2022, Paul, what's your assessment of the progress Man United have made under Erik ten Hag?
Yeah, I think they look an exciting team. Again, I always say I think the best teams are the best forwards. Now look, United at this moment don't have the best forwards. They've got very good forwards, but they haven't got that, as they keep going back to the bench, they haven't got them subs that can come on and really change a game. But I think the football's been good to watch. I think Casemiro and Eriksen have made a huge difference. There's a real bit of quality in there now with Fernandes in front of them. Back four-wise, I still think they can improve when it comes to the top games. We'll see in a couple of weeks against Manchester City where they're actually at. Can you see Luke Shaw playing centre-half then? I'm not sure you can, but look, I think things are promising. We're fourth in the league now, and hopefully we can go and cement a Champions League place.
And you've got a lot of work to do. What were the positives, did you think, today, though?
I think between both boxes, they were very good. I think, again, they played at times and you could see what they were trying to do. Again, I was slightly frustrated with Adama. I think when he first come on, he went past myself twice and got 2 crosses in, and I'm thinking, go on, continue to do that. And then he kind of went to play inside and marked himself by his positioning. But in regards to what Wolves did well, I think they did a lot well. I think the keeper and the 2 centre-halves were good for the majority of the game, but then you have players that can come on and change the game for the opposition. You have to be focused for the full 90 minutes, and that's the moment that Wolves don't seem to manage at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. 9 games without a goal for them out of their 17 so far. Let's get the thoughts now, though, of the Manchester United boss, because Erik ten Hag is with Des.
Congratulations, Erik. If there was ever a way for a player to make amends, that was it today with Marcus Rashford, wasn't it?
Oh, I think it's happened often, but it's good. After decision, he coming in, he was bright, he was lively, he scored a goal. That is the right reaction.
And is that the end of the matter? Of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
But everyone has to match rules and values. And if you react like this is the right answer.
Is this the message that you've been getting through to the squad? It's not just about reputation, it's just about discipline and teamwork?
Yeah, we have seen today, once again, it was not an easy game. You have to fight for the points. First half we were not that good in the game, from organisation here, but definitely also from presence. Second half was, in my opinion, better. I think also good come in from Fred. He make a good come in, he bring energy in the game, he was holding balls, he was linking up, and he was winning second balls.
Yeah. What was wrong in the first half then? Why was it so disjointed?
As you have analyzed the game, you have a game plan, but sometimes things are not working as we expected, and they did well. But the good thing is, they didn't create that many chances, and we did. But you have to be sharp, meaning of the first goal. And we had the chances to score that first goal, but we didn't score them. And there was also, I was not happy in the halftime. I've told the players, with this attitude, you will not win this game. We have to change. Everyone has to deliver 10% more.
But you came out with a clean sheet. They had a great game, and also this reshaped defence. I mean, that's working for you at the moment.
You see, I think the defence, the back four with the keeper, but they did a good job. But it's always teamwork. And first half the pressing was not that good. I think second half we were far better.
Do you play Luke Shaw on the left-hand side as centre half because he's left-footed? Is that the reason? That's a tactical reason?
That is one of the reasons. You get better angles in possession. But in this game was also important. They have speed on the right wing. And with Luke Shaw, he can defend that, he can cover that. We wanted to bring the left fullback higher, so he can be in his back. We are always protected.
And of course, you've made it a happy birthday for Sir Alex Ferguson. It's his 81st birthday today, and a happy New Year to you. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Sir Alex.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Yes, I'm sure he would have enjoyed that one on his birthday. As far as Marcus Rashford goes, though, Erik ten Hag said it was the end of the matter. Do you think he always plans on bringing him on at half-time, or do you think he was left with no choice the way the game was going?
I think a bit of both. I think at half-time, you very rarely make a sub at half-time without that being a planned thing or there's an injury. Today, I just thought that was a plan, and it was just putting down a marker with Marcus before the game. A little slap, bang, react, get me a goal, and it all played out perfectly well for him.
Absolutely. And as far as Marcus Rashford goes, can Man United and should Man United be relying on him to be their main source of goals?
Well, why not? He's a 25-year-old, as I said before, he's not a young lad anymore. He should be the one that's producing every week. So I think if you're going to go and win titles or win trophies, you need 2 or 3 players who are going to get you possibly 50 to 60 goals. Now, we know Marcus, the form he's in, he's capable of 20. 25 might be a little bit of a stretch. I don't know. But are the other players there? Is Martial? You see the chance Martial had today with that header. You think that's a chance, a real goal scorer's chance. He doesn't seem to take them where you think he has to be deadly and try and get 20, 25 games. I thought today the situation, with it being 0-0 at half time, he had to bring Marcus on. Although I thought Garnacho was doing really well, he was the big threat.
It was unfortunate to come off.
I thought it was unfortunate to come off, yeah. As a young player, I thought it was the biggest threat for us. He had a couple of chances, he kept going past his man. I think Anthony was slightly lucky to stay on. But, you know, whatever's happened today, Marcus has come on and won the game for United. And it's a big 3 points, it's a tough place to come.
Absolutely. What do they need to add, though, Jolien, do you think, in the transfer window, Man United?
Goals, as Paul said. I think you can rely on Marcus to get his contribution, but like I said, is that enough? Is one player getting 20 goal contributions? Because it's not scoring 20, it's combined in an assist. So you need someone to step up and be, I want to contribute the same level. Are they able to do that? Anyone currently in the squad, I'm not so sure. And we know the other teams have that. Salah, obviously, Martinelli's doing well, Saka, but also Haaland at City as well. So they have them players that are going to say, well, I'm contributing to 20, 30 goals. And at this moment in time, Man United have Marcus Rashford, and so is that enough for them?
It's the squad depth, isn't it, Lindsay? So I think you look at Liverpool and Manchester City, they've got 4 or 5 forwards who, whichever 2 or 3 you play, they don't make any difference.
Yeah.
You look at United today, they've got the 4 if you count Bruno. After that, there isn't much else. So them 3 have to stay fit.
But also, even that, Paul, if Marcus doesn't play, just say, God forbid, he gets injured for a few weeks, you're like, where do them goals come from?
Yeah.
There's no one in this moment you're thinking is going to get the goals while he's out.
And that's why it's so frustrating, like Sancho not here.
Yeah.
There's another player, big money signing. You want him to be coming in and hitting form, hitting the ground running, contributing goals and assists and being hard to play against and giving the manager more problems. But that's not there at the moment. So Elanga, you need to come in and to try and hit the ground running as well and perform. But I agree, the depth isn't what you'd see in other clubs, but I think there's a robustness at the moment in that team that I haven't seen for a good few years. Where they're grinding results like this out. These are games Man United would have dropped points in years gone by, and they're turning into 3 points, which is a positive.
Very much, Julian. It must be tough to take because you did a lot of good work out there today.
Sorry, what? Yes. Always when you lost, always is difficult because we don't want to lose. We want to win each match, and today I think that it's a pity for the players above all because they have made a big effort against a very good team, showing that we are able to compete with any team. But it was a pity. It was a pity.
All that's missing is goals. That's been the problem for Wolves, hasn't it, throughout?
Yeah, but I think that the goals are coming after a good work, and I think that we have work in all the match, thinking in the opposite goal, working as a team in a lot of moment of the game. I think the overcome a big team has is Manchester United, and in the end maybe we can't have in the last meters in the box, opposite box, the last decision we have had. I remember 5 or 6 good situation to damage them, but in the end we have to improve in this situation, of course.
But we saw the intensity, we saw the pressing that you've done. Do you believe this squad has the quality to get out of trouble?
Yeah, we work for that, and that's why I highlight the effort of the players with a big effort, believing in themselves, and it's the way. It's only the way. Today, when we won against Everton, I told that when we won, we are not in the heaven. We lost, and after this effort, we not are in the hell. So we have to be balanced, thinking in the next match, knowing that the only way to improve is to work a lot, believe and improve.
Thank you, Jude.
Thank you.
Yeah, Luke Shaw smiling, and quite rightly so. He's been part of a backline, of course, not clearly used to being played at left-sided centre-back, but he's kept 2 clean sheets for Manchester United, and also saying that Ten Hag has laid down a marker for other players to follow. I mean, he dare not say anything else, right?
Well, I think first of all, Luke played great. He played fantastic against Nottingham Forest. He played great again today. 2 clean sheets. Wan-Bissaka's playing.
Yeah.
He's keeping a clean sheet as well. Malassia's playing. He's doing a job in there. Varane. So I think credit Ten Hag. He's had to rotate obviously with Martinez not playing. But I think when we get the first choice forward back, I think it just shows there's a bit of depth and there's some options in there. But the team's performing very well.
Yeah, 10 wins in the last 14, as I mentioned earlier, Sean. There's real momentum here with United, is there not?
Yeah, I think that the fascinating thing for me with that is the fact that winning game, when not necessarily having to dominate them or play well all the way through them, and that is the sign of a strong team moving forward. If you can win games when you're not at your best, there's only positives that can come from that.
Yeah. There's no doubt Marcus Rashford will pick up the headlines after a quite eventful 24 hours as far as he's concerned. But the goal, how much of this was down to his physical strength, Owen?
It's all down to him. He stays on this left-hand side, and this is what I like. Be decisive. Come inside, pass it, 1-2. And the thing I love is we'll see it from the other angle. His composure when he gets in the moment. Sometimes Marcus used to get into it and then he'd snatch at it. But what he does is he comes inside, he has a picture of what he wants. Johnny's going to lead him inside. Really, I think you should make him go down to the left, get on his weaker foot. But once he gets in a little 1-2, and there, he just shoves Johnny to the ground. That is brilliant. You know, that shows real composure and control. And once he pushes Johnny to the ground, then he takes his shot, sets himself a little touch. That is a fantastic goal. Marcus, that just shows you the confidence that he's playing. This is the angle that get off, just pushes him right to the ground, a little touch, and in the back of net. That is fantastic.
Did he have a point to prove, perhaps, or not really?
No, I just think he's in that's such a good form, especially in front of goal, that he knows that he only needs one chance, one clear-cut chance, and that will happen. And coming off the bench is not always the easiest thing to do. And it took a while for him to get into the game, I thought, in the second half, but he was still causing issues, just the fact of him being on the pitch, which opens spaces up for everybody else. And that 1-2 that he played was just perfect.
That ability to drive through, to get beyond the defence, that was something that United had lacked, had they not, for the previous, 45, 50 minutes?
Yeah, well, if you think about Bruno was quiet, you know, Eriksen was quiet, Martial was quiet, Anthony had a couple of moments, but he was pretty quiet, so it needed somebody to come and rescue it. Obviously, with Ronaldo gone, the goals are going to have to come from Marcus Rashford, and credit to him, you know, he's producing the goods when they need it.
He could have had a second, but this was disallowed for handball. And to be honest, this is very much like a black or white ruling, right? So this is why the referee didn't consult his pitchside monitor, because it hit his hand and then directly led to him scoring. Therefore, the referee was told by VAR it's a handball.
Yeah, and look, that's what the technology is there for. Is you know, it's just to see that and make it easier on the referees. And obviously, credit Marcus. You know, he's trying to have an impact. He's being positive. He's running forward. He's making things happen. Hugely fortunate, but obviously it was chalked off because of the handball.
Yeah.
Question, guys. If it hits his hand, then hits his knee and goes in, then what would the case be?
Still
disallowed, yeah.
Because his hand
his knee in his hand.
Yeah, no, I'm just wondering, because sometimes you have the situation where, I think it was Fulham, a Fulham game, Mitrovic has headed the ball down, it's hit his arm, Breen scores.
Yeah.
That wasn't given as a handball, the goal
No, because that wasn't scored by Mitrovic.
Yeah,
right.
but it's still a handball in play. Yeah, that led to an assist.
Not given by the goal scorer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there is that slight nuance of the ruling. I hope that clears it up for you, Sean, and for you at home. Now, Wolves, of course, were knocking on the door in the closing minutes. Raul Jimenez, I tell you what, he made David De Gea earn his crust here, because, to be honest, he didn't have a great deal to do during the game, right?
No, but he made a brilliant save from Ruben Neves' free kick there, and this is where David's the best. Okay, it's straight at him, it hits him, but his reactions are what makes him such a great goalkeeper. And to be fair, Wolves, they didn't really deserve to score. You know, they between the two boxes, they play really good stuff, but they just don't look like they're ever going to score. And they need to find a way to find some solutions at the top of the pitch.
Will that be a footnote to the performance from United's perspective? Was the lack of control for quite a bit of it?
Yeah, but like I said, again, like they've just proven there, it might be only against Wolves, and that's no disrespect to Wolves, but they've still proven there they don't always need to have control of the game to win it, which for me, again, is a good thing, because we've seen United control the ball. We saw it against Forest, they win. They didn't do what they did against Forest today, but they still won. And like Owen said, the most important thing sometimes, especially when you're ahead of steam, is pick up 3 points, no matter how you do it. And that's what they've done.
Yeah, happy day for all those related to Manchester United, including yourself, Owen, of course. But look, listen, it's interesting this. It was a big decision by Erik Ten Hag, dropping Marcus Rashford. Considering the form he's in, it could have easily backfired. In the end, it feels like he's played this exactly right. Would you agree?
Well, we don't know what happened. I'm guessing he was probably late or something similar. Because if it was worse, he probably wouldn't even have been on the bench. So, but I think obviously everything that happened with Cristiano Ronaldo, he's had to stay consistent. You know, and I think that's one of the messages you said. Look, it's not personal against Marcus. You know, it's the fact that he thinks it's the best thing for the group, for Manchester United as a whole, that people follow the certain instructions. If he has them, you know, he's in charge and you got to follow it. And obviously, not playing Marcus was a big risk because he's been their best player. But in the end, you know, they kept a clean sheet. Marcus came off the bench and scored. So in a way, everything's going well for Marcus. Everything's going well for Manchester United. And Ten Hag's making some big calls. He continues to make them. You know, whether it's with, you know, Harry Maguire or the Cristiano Ronaldo situation or Marcus Rashford. He's had to make a lot of big calls in the time he's been there. And to be fair to him, he's getting a lot of them right.
And just to reinforce the kind of form that Marcus Rashford is in, I mean, that was his 11th goal in all competitions. I mean, compared to last season, of course, because many people are trying to compare to the last campaign, where he only managed 5. And he didn't show any form of perhaps, sulking coming off the bench. He was there to do the business, and he did it.
It's one of those, I think, especially last year, a lot of those runs that he was doing, he is actually doing now. I just think when he's getting to the end of them, when your confidence is high, like Owen said, you're more composed, you slow down, you take your time, you strike through it. Whereas last year, he was snatching and rushing everything. It was almost like he panicked when he got in there. Now you're seeing a very, very mature Rashford, and he's getting his rewards for it.